Tuesday's greetings and welcome to Primetime News. I'm Joy Gorses. Leading tonight's bulletin. President Dr. Hage Geingob on Monday held talks with the Emir of Qatar, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, at the Royal Palace. The two leaders agreed that the tourism sector held tremendous potential for growth. According to a statement released by the presidency, the Qatari government has shown interest in working closely with the Namibia Wildlife Resorts in order to scale up cooperation in Namibia's hospitality sector. Geingob is expected to address the Qatar Economic Forum on Wednesday. On to healthcare matters. Namibia currently faces an increasing demand for pre-hospital care caused by increased incidents of trauma resulting from motor vehicle crashes, violence, and a variety of other medical conditions. Let's get more on the story.
The Director of Tertiary Healthcare and Clinical Support Services in the Ministry of Health and Social Services, Johannes Guyssop, said this at the launch of the Emergency Medical Services Awareness Campaign on Monday, held to the observance of National Emergency Medical Services Day on 22 July 2022. He said it is believed that most of the deaths experienced through traumatic events such as heart attacks, obstetric and gynecological emergencies could be prevented through a well-established pre-hospital care system. Guyssop added that EMS focuses on providing timely care to victims of sudden and life-threatening injuries or medical emergencies in order to prevent needless mortality and long-term morbidity, thereby improving prognosis. He said although a lot has been done over the years, much development still has to take place to ensure that functional, coordinated and accessible pre-hospital care is available across the country. Meanwhile, an EMS award ceremony will also be held during the EMS celebration on 22 July 2022. Reporting for Nampa News, I am Sawi Hausiku.
Deputy Minister of Home Affairs and Immigration and Safety, Daniel Kashikola, has revealed on Monday that Namibia currently has a total of 8,118 asylum seekers and refugees. Shalva Vals reports.
Kashikola said this figure includes inactive cases from 17 countries, which include Bangladesh, Burundi, Cameroon, Chad, Central African Republic, Ethiopia, Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, Rwanda, Senegal, Somalia, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The inactive cases include those that did not turn up during the last verification exercise in 2021. Kashikola made these remarks during the commemoration of World Refugee Day at Osire Refugee Camp on Monday, which was themed Whoever, Wherever, Whenever, Everyone has the right to seek safety. The day is observed annually on 20 June to commemorate the universal challenges and achievements of refugees worldwide. It also honors the courage and determination of women, men and children who are forced to flee their home countries to escape conflict, persecution and violence. He said it is critical to recognize that Namibia is a sovereign country with its own policies regarding the movement of people, including asylum seekers and refugees. Kashikola added, it is critical to understand that refugee status is not a permanent one. It must end at some point, and that voluntary repatriation is the best and most viable long-term solution.
We now move to the Erongo region, where Governor Neville Andre Itope has urged the Walvis Bay municipality to fast-track the process of recruiting a chief executive officer who will steer the municipality's affairs in the right direction. Our correspondent in that region filed the story.
The governor made the remarks at the launch of the municipality's strategic plan for the period June 2021 to June 2026 at Walvis Bay on Monday. The municipality has been without a CEO since November last year, when a decision was taken by the council not to renew the former CEO, Muronga Haingura's contract. He advised one needs to ensure that they have a substantive CEO because they need to have someone to help CIV what they need to implement out of their newly launched strategic plan. Adding, it is also important to note that not only should they fast-track the process, but also ensure they have got the right person for the job. The governor further alleged all council employees to work together to ensure that services are delivered to the residents of the harbour town in a timely and quality manner.
When we return, Rally for Democracy and Progress leader says the current 110 million Namibian dollars budgetary allocation to the National Assembly is insufficient. Primetime Buzz brings you all things business and economics. And leading the slot tonight, Rally for Democracy and Progress leader Micah Vikotora says the current 110 million Namibian dollars budgetary allocation to the National Assembly is insufficient as it mainly caters for operational costs. Edward Mumbu Jr. brings us our first business story.
The National Assembly is said needs an additional 50 million Namibian dollars in order to execute its oversight function. Anything below that makes the Assembly a laughingstock, Vikotora said to this agency recently, shortly after a National Assembly session. He also lamented the fact that at present, only a meager 29,000 Namibian dollars is reserved for the 9 parliamentary standing committees of the National Assembly. He added that the committees exist to conduct investigative or oversight hearings and make recommendations to officers, ministries, agencies, as well as parastatals for the enhancement of their policies, functions, as well as administrative operations.
The Hospitality Association of Namibia said the country recorded a national hospitality occupancy rate of 39.4% in May, compared to 36.5% in the prior month and 25.1% in May 2021. Selima Shimufeleni Masipa reports.
This is the highest national occupancy rate since the pandemic outbreak, investment research firm Simonis Storm Securities economist Theo Klein said Monday in an analysis. Klein said this represents a significant recovery in tourist flows and could be the result of aggressive marketing by various stakeholders in attracting foreigners to Namibia, declining COVID-19 cases globally, and new airline routes to Namibia being offered. Klein noted, year-to-date, the national occupancy rate averages 29.1% compared to 22.5% for the same period in 2021, showing an improvement in bookings made with nationwide hospitality establishments. He stressed the tourism sector remains light in a dark tunnel for the Namibian economy. According to Namibia's Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism's latest report, the country drew its biggest percentage of tourist arrivals in the first quarter of 2022 from South Africa and Germany, accounting for 60.8% of the total tourist arrivals.
Stay tuned for your sports news. But first, the economics roundup, followed by the weather forecast.
Planet brings you all things adrenaline and action. Good evening to you. I'm Michael Madimba. Football leads the segment tonight. Senior national football coach Colin Benjamin has expressed happiness with the way young players are stepping up to the table during their training sessions. The newly appointed Brave Warriors head coach called up a 31-member training squad for the upcoming 2022 COSAFA Cup set for Durban, South Africa in July. The 31-member training squad began their training at the Namibia Football Association Technical Centre on Saturday. In an interview with Nampa on Monday, Benjamin said the players are giving their all. On to rugby news. Coach Christelle Cotter of the senior national women's rugby team says Namibia lacks experience at international level, but she expects their performance to improve going forward. The national women's rugby team is currently in Cape Town, South Africa, competing in the Rugby Africa Women's Cup alongside Zimbabwe and South Africa in Group A of the competition. In their opening match on Sunday, Namibia lost 0-72 to Zimbabwe. But Cotter said this is the first time most of the girls are competing in 15s rugby at international level. Stand by for your sports roundup. That's where we leave it for this evening. Many thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share and press the notifications bell to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and globally. Catch us for our Wednesday edition of Primetime News tomorrow. From myself, Michael Madimba, and the entire production crew, it's good night.